Welcome, friends. Tonight, we are doing another live stream. What on earth? It is just fantastic. How are we? Are we all right? Sorry, I can't see fucking anything at the minute. What am I? I am currently mincing about my bedroom. Gonna take some zinc, gonna take some vitamin D3, take another 20 milligrams of zinc, another 10 milligrams. How many are you supposed to use? 1 tablet per day with liquid or food. How about I take 3 tablets a day with fresh air? Yeah, bitch. Excuse me whilst I hydrate excessively. Sorry, that was disgusting. How are we, friends? I hope we are well. Please, if you care, can you say hello and tell us your scent of the day? Also, any licks of the stream would be greatly appreciated if you are into that kind of thing. And I know you are. Oh dear. La-dee-dee-da. What have we been up to, friends? You alright? I had a bit of a worrying experience tonight. I decided to order myself an Indian's. And I got a Rogan Josh, a chicken Rogan Josh. And I got a garlic naan and some garlic pillow rice. And I couldn't taste a single fucking gram of food. Nothing. Disgusting, really. It's outrageous. I don't recommend it. I have been taking... Well, I've just taken some more zinc and some vitamin D3. So... That's good, taking some vitamins, you know. Trying to make myself feel a bit better. Let's have a look at the comments, shall we? See what people are saying. Let's see what people are saying. Eh? Let's see if I can see. I can see. I hope you like my thumbnail. I stole it off Richie G's wife. Hello. Meow, says Pradeep. Meow, says Phil. P.S. With initials like that, you have to be a great guy. Thanks. Ah, very good. Evening, Rich. Evening, Adzi. Evening, Pradeep. Evening, Shiva. You are wearing a shitty perfume. Not that it's shit, although I don't like it, but it just smells of shit. Hugely smells of shit. Stank. Like, oud infinite dank. They've discontinued it. What UG is your vitamin D, Rich? I don't know what any of that means, mate. Sorry. Yo, Nicky B, how are you? Good evening, Juro. Shiva Vareen, how are you? Phil, try to take your medication with a little sunshine when possible. Well, I'm on these fucking antibiotics at the minute. Doxycycline, right? And I'm sure they're making us sensitive to light, because every time I see like a bright light, I get a fucking pain in me fucking head, like just above me left eye. It's fucking killing. I'll lick your stream, says Nicky B. I've got vitamin D3, I've got vitamin D, vitamin C, I've got zinc and cod liver oil. All of which I am battering. I'll lick your stream. Yeah, you will. Product is wearing Timbuktu. Hello, Michael John. Bob says, like number 7, and my current Irish poodle is better than yours. Here's to powder and billowiness of old women with violets. Oh no, it's awful. This version's lovely. The new one's fucking rancid. This is just so much cleaner and fresher. You know, it doesn't have that choking, powdery. That's seriously the way I described it is exactly how I experienced like billowous Irish perfumes. You know, Iris can do a lot, right? But the powdery ballroom gown for old woman Iris makes me fucking ill. It reminds me of it reminds me of, what does it remind us of, damn it? It reminds me of when they get the chalk erasers and bash them together, you know? That shit is foul. Foul. This, though, the older version, is noticeably different for me. Like, considerably different. I know I talk about, like, reformulation and stuff like that, but fucking, this wasn't so much reformulated as it was, like, rebuilt. You know what I mean? Totally different perfume for me. Some people will like the modern one, but for reasons I have explained, this old one's much nicer for me. It's still available, Shiva. Billowis. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Antonio Hobson. How are you? I'm alright. Evening from down south. Hello, Drawn by Sense. Dull day thanks to endless rains. Scent of the day is M7. Nice. M7's a classic. I might have to wear M7. You've inspired us, mate. I may have to partake this week. There's been a bit of rain and a bit of filth up here today as well. Been a bit grim. Volden a wee extra, says Rachel. Is that because you were watching Persiles earlier? Hello, Dushan. RXL Poron, welcome. Thoughts on Les Abstrait Bellarme? I heard a woman say that it leans feminine. So, I am very close to Eugene. I am very friendly. And Eugene sent me the perfumes for nothing. And in the interests of me trying to maintain my credibility with myself and other people, I'm not giving opinions on it, mate. I'm not being difficult. I'm not trying to take the piss. But I'm trying not to give opinions on it because I got the free bottles, and I'm one of those people who bitches about people getting free bottles. And I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to make a dick of myself. I don't want to make any bigger of a dick of myself than I already have. So please understand when I say I'm not giving opinions on it. I thought about this the other day, actually. I thought maybe if I wait a few years, or maybe it's like a couple of years, and I can turn around and do like what I think of them and stuff, you know? But I'm not sure I will. I'm on that side of the fence where I think I don't really like free bottles for review. It's something I've always. I don't want to sit there and say I've been a gay. Yes, I understand it, and I'm much less militant than I used to be. You know. But I complain about it so much that I don't want to then turn around and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm taking free bottles for review now and I'm going to fucking... other people do what they do, you know. And to be honest, there are some people who do it, and I can live with it. But there are some people out there. There are some people out there who just like they'll fucking tell you to wear women's underwear if you send them a free bottle. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like that. Is it feminine? All right, he's twisting my arm. He's gonna beat us up if I don't tell him. I get why people would say that. I think it's firmly. It's got this kind of. Dura Rose calls it like a latex note, you know, like a condom note. It's got that kind of used condom, filthy sex kind of thing in there, like a wet blob. Do you know what I mean? It's the fucking. The quality of the ingredients is outrageous, though. And I'm not like breaking new ground when I tell you that the fucking standard's outrageous. Where are we? Sorry, I have spoken much. I'm wearing an aldehydic fougere I'm working on. Huh? You're working on one, are we? Stream licked. Thank you for licking my stream. Thank God I have like 3 Iris Poudre bottles, says Pradeep. Going down the mall rabbit hole. Well, if I can get the older ones, I mean, you know what I'm like. Jesus. Show the bottle, Rich. Which bottle, Rachel? Iris Poudre. There you go. So, if you can see, right, I'll get one for thingy purposes, right? This is French Lover, right? I don't know if you can see that, right? I don't know that it shows up very well at all, but the font is slightly deeper, and the color's slightly. The color's kind of similar, but I know we're getting into like deep, dark, fucking rabbit hole territory here. But this is a vintage cap. This is a newer cap. This is not the oldest cap, though. The main thing you want to check, right? I don't know. You'll not be able to see this at all. Sorry, I've fucking... Hold on. There's a 3-digit batch code, and that's Estee Lauder's hallmark, right? On the newer bottles. On all newer bottles, you'll find them on Tom Ford's. You'll find them on Frederic Marle's. All the perfumes that Estee Lauder produce have got the 3-digit batch codes on. This one has a 7-digit batch code, the Iris Poudre. 212-40017. I think it's a 2014 bottle. All right. Oh, it's so much better than the new version, I should say. I really do not care for the new version. Where are we? Germs is wearing Cuir d'Ange. That's nice. I like Cuir d'Ange. I've got 15 mil. You know, the Hermes 50. They do 4 for like 120 quid, which is a really good way to. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's a really good way to try lots of different Hermes Essence. See if you want to buy a full bottle. Going down the mall rabbit hole. Oh, honestly, you know what I'm like, Jesus. I would buy more vintage mall, definitely. It would depend which one they were as well. But the scents just seem... I mean, you hear a lot of people who have been into mall for years and years and years, and they all say... How you doing, Rich? Thoughts on La Tessa by Mask Milano, says Enrique Vasquez. It's okay. I think it's overrated. People go mad for it. I think that's just... I just think you can get more from your iris. It's cool. Literally, it smells cool, you know? But... It's not brilliant. It smelled like swampy leaves and debris, so I slightly understand why city dwellers think of shit. I have horses and dogs, so their waste is far more potent than Oud Infinite. No comparison, says Shiva. Honestly, I don't dwell in a city, though. Still, Oud Infinite, it had that rubbery kind of thing as well. Evening, Andrej Z. I got your email, don't worry. I will sort you out. I was going to spend today making those samples up, and I didn't. Which wasn't very clever, actually. Now I think about it, it was bloody stupid. I'm going to have to do that tomorrow, and I've got plans. Oh, fudge. Beg your pardon. Is your M7 Tester the real McCoy? It certainly is. Yeah, I had a lot of rain in the San Francisco Bay Area. I broke down and bought 31 Rue Cambon today, says Michael John with a smile. Good evening, Christoph Klaus. Scent of the night is Tour de Hermes au Givry. What do you think of that, Brian? I wasn't too sure. I haven't been bowled over by Christine Nagel at Hermes yet. I've got to be honest. It hasn't been a big, it hasn't left a big impression. And to me, Bellarme is unisex, more masculine than feminine of anything. It's got that, oh God. It's got that pussy on latex smell. That's what it's got. It's in there, you know? Sorry if you're with your families or anything like that, or there's children about. I mean, to be fair, if there is, you should know better by now. But yeah, it's got this filth, but not shit filth, you know? It's got this kind of like a dirty, sweaty, but sweaty undercarriage kind of thing. RXL says, I have a sample on the way. I was just curious to hear your thoughts on the fragrance. Sorry, mate. I'm trying to not as far as that's concerned. This is why I don't take free bottles. I beg your pardon. I only took them off Eugene because he's my mate and really good mate. And I was with him during his process. I wouldn't have took them if they were off anyone else, to be honest. Maybe Galen or Thomas, you know what I mean? No, I don't think they have any plans to make fragrances, though, unfortunately. I think Galen would make quite a good fragrance if he was don't tell him I bloody said that, though. But I think Galen and Thomas as well. I think that both of those would make a good fragrance, a good creative director, do what Eugene did. Get a high-end perfumer to make one, actually make it, and they came up with the ideas. Got a decant of Whiskey Nobile from Pharmacia as Annunziata, SS Annunziata, and it's pretty nice. I have never heard of any of those words you just used, Christoph. Sorry, man. Whiskey Nobile. I like it. I like a little boozy note, you know, like a decent one. I've got this. I don't know that I'm going to be keeping this, to be honest with you. It's incredibly sweet. I think I bought this out of a fantasy sort of thing. I remembered it from back in the day. This was a Ventus before a Ventus was a Ventus, you know? This was an original hype beast. Look back at fragrance reviews from 10 years ago on YouTube or anywhere, and you will see that Frappant 1270, people are going crazy for it. Thanks, Pradeep. Is it a must for iris lovers? Says Enrique. Yikes, says Pradeep. I love Bellarme. I think it leans slightly feminine, 52 to 48, which is awesome. That's pretty that's pretty specific you've gone there, Bob. Proddy says, Enrico, if you like Iris dominant rather than supporting Iris, then check it out. Some feel it's a little firm. What's up, Abe? Phil says, Bob, I was thinking 49.51. Take the piss. Only a matter of time before you start hunting Dries Van Noten, Superstitious, and Fleur de Cassis. Dries Van Noten, I actually don't like. I was offered a bottle of Superstitious, and I smelled it, and I didn't like that either. And Fleur de Cassis, from what I've smelled, don't like that either. So they can, if you find them, knock yourself out. I just saw a comment about the État Libre d'Orange sample set. I bought it off the website, mate. It's for lovers or lovers. Rachel says, Duck, what would you recommend my husband wear for a business meeting with clients in Blackpool? I'm not from Blackpool. What would impress Blackpool business blokes? Don't wear them. Probably a Ventus. Green Irish tweed, I always think smells like business. Blackpool. Jesus, Blackpool's a shithole, you know. Just wear something businessy. Egoist. Green Irish tweed, Aventus. People like Aventus. Don't go experimental, you know. Don't wear like Hortus Sanitatis or Oud Infini or Hyrax by zoologist. I nearly wore that. I nearly put that on today, and I thought, you know what it is? I just haven't got the balls. Not today. Sunday is the Lord's Day. Do you know what I mean? Don't want to. I get hit by lightning or something if I wear that today. 45.55, maybe, Bob. Dev, good evening. Still recovering from Alcat. Meow. Good day, Paroli. Filippo Marelli. Scent of the Night is Iris de Gris by Quentin Biche. Lovely green. Iris de Gris. Is that not the... Oh, fuck me. Who's it by again? L'Artisan Parfumier. Is that not by them? Because I know that Hujar was going to... Persolace was going to buy it, wasn't he? Or he did buy it. Ladies and germs, here he is. Oregon boy who missed the Mangano Mania last stream. Mangano Mania. Who's Mangano? Marla's like slow poison. People dismiss it first, but later they can't stop. Do you know what it is? It snuck up on me. I think I've got about 6 or 7 Marls, you know, and I never meant for this to happen. Do you know what I mean? They're just sort of there now, you know? Wow. I hope RXL's still listening. The Les Abstrays are all good quality. The new one's good quality as well. I don't know what your tastes are, so I don't know if you like it. If you're into traditionally masculine, like, scents like I am, you may think that it swerves a little bit feminine. But there's something a bit raunchy about it, you know? Like, if you wore that around a woman, then it would definitely remind her of, like, sex. You know? Like, it puts me in that, like, not that I'm a woman, but you know what I mean? Like, it reminds me, there's just that filth. There's like a naughtiness. I've been trying to like collate my thoughts without being a shill. They're all good quality though. Rest in peace. Rest assured. Jesus Christ. Rest assured. The quality is there. I've no problem saying that. Like, by God, some stead just went on there. The dry down is Jasmine Femme. Weird fragrance. At least I know what it smells like now. That's the best way. No worries, Rich. Sort the sample when it's a good time for you. I don't know. I might do it when I get back in tomorrow. I'm going to go to the auction. The auction is back open for the first time in 2023, and I am excited. Never know what kind of bargains we're going to get. Ogivre isn't as good as Tour de Hermes EDT or the Parfum, but still great. Much more zesty and sharp opening. Similar dry down. Has some Roger Oligarch in it, to be honest. Ooh, he had to get rid of that fragrance, didn't he? Because nobody could handle the fact it was Oligarch. It's a silly name to call it anyway, but lots of his perfumes have got silly names. Prices are even more silly. Paroli says, pussy on latex. Yes. Yes. It's what it smells like. Pussy on a condom. You know, like used condom. Shiva says, yes, Oud Infinite does have a rubbery smell. If that was from the florals, doesn't matter. I'm getting another just to store away. 10 years from now, we will be oudless. Rated RH. Do you know, it wouldn't surprise us if there was no oud. What might happen is, right, it'll all get farmed to almost extinction and waiting for the new plantations to come up. Because that's kind of where it's going now. It's becoming so viable commercially and so sought after, right, that I think there'll be a bust, then a boom, then another bust, because I think that trends may take it away from being popular again. You know, it's already dying off. You don't see people releasing ouds, and they've got amber woods and stuff like that now. They've got synthetic ouds. It's going to be for the oud market. Mike V was also missing in action. Fucking A. Pradeep, he is a bit feisty today. That's right. I had an Indians, I couldn't taste it. It's inflamed us, you know. Filippo says, tasted Vetiver Écarlate too. Is an improved version of Tour de Hermes Ogivre, in my opinion. Vetiver Écarlate. Is that by Hermes? I know they've got a Rhubarb Écarlate. Rhubarb Écarlate's mint. It's great. It doesn't smell like mint, but it's great. I believe Le Deliric Ski will be my first empty that's not an Attar. I have close to £400 left. I love it. Enrique says, Brian, does Ogivre last on you? If I have Autre Fresh, should I get Ogivre? Hey, Rich. Hey, Benji. Where did you purchase your Etat Libre d'Orange sample set from? I got them off the website. Yeah, I heard some rave about it, but the cost is unfair. The cost is unfair, you mean? Drinking Lemsip with a massive spoon of top honey and a slug of 10-year-old Glenfiddich. Yum. That is a hot toddy, I do believe. I would sell my soul for a vintage Fleur de Cassis, says Paroli. I'm not big on Fleur de Cassis at all. My first fragrance will be aptly named Bald Is Me. Good man. Me, Brian, you. The balds are taking over. It's the future. Grey Vetiver is a handsome business scent. You cannot go wrong with Grey Vetiver for a suit. You know, put a suit on and Grey Vetiver, you're laughing. You know. I know you're not from Blackpool, says Rachel. No, I get teased for being from Blackpool. Jura Rose says I am, and I'm not. He's mean. But you're from England. Well, it's cold in England at the minute. But I would still go with something that suited the occasion rather than the weather. You know, Grey Vetiver by Guerlain. You can't really go wrong with that. Vetiver in general is a smart smelling note. Nothing risky. Nothing out of the ordinary. Not patchouli, because most people's experience of patchouli is to say, goodness me, that smells like a hippie. Are you high? Wear something businessy. Words of wisdom, says Dev. He works in the hide, skin, and leather business, so maybe a nice leather. Ooh. Ombre leather by Tom Ford. That's smart and businessy too, you know? The mat cap is like a wet carpet on dog covered with mimosa, and it's great, says Brody. Rachel Sartorial. Sartorial's not a bad shout either. By Jacques Fat. Iris Gris by Jacques Fat? No. I think the Iris Gris is by L'Artisan Parfumier. Another gong. I'm not getting another gong. The gong is in the other room. Phil says, smells like a high-end red light district. Respect to Eugene for offering similar quality and double the juice of Les Indomadables for about the same price. Yeah, that was, I imagine Les Indomadables, who have just put their prices up, by the way, weren't particularly impressed by that. But I think Eugene felt, in fact, I know what Eugene felt. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know that he wanted them to be like accessible price-wise and not take the piss. People still fucking took the piss, even though his prices, he could have charged double, right? He could have charged double. That's not me saying that. Although I think he could have charged more. He could have got away with closer to $300, to be perfectly honest with you, for the price of the ingredients, for the standard and the price of the ingredients. Obviously, I don't want to give anything away, but he could have charged believers, when I tell you, he could have charged a fucking hell of a lot more than what he did. A hell of a lot more than what he did. And he didn't. He deserves immense credit for that. I mean, especially at the minute when fucking Chanel are putting their prices up 10%, Dior are putting their prices up 10%, Hermes are putting their prices up 10%, everybody in the industry is putting their prices up, you know? He comes in with $240 when you compare it to other fragrances on the market and you compare the ingredients, you know? Look at it like that. You need to make your own mind up, you know. You aren't stupid. Scent of the Night, YSL M7, says Dushan. That's a second person wearing YSL M7. I picture gorgeous Belle pulsating off the powdery skin of one of Phil Stevens' exes wearing a shoulderless gown at a Chinese auction charity. That is very specific. Phil says, so masculine would be shit on a condom. Not really. It's just very evocative of a woman's scent. Like, not a perfume either. Hello, Rich. Scent of the day, Ter EDP. How many people are wearing Ter de Hermes? Ter de Hermes and M7 have got a couple of shout-outs each tonight. Isn't it funny how that happens? I couldn't imagine wearing Ter de Hermes at this time of year. To me, it's very much a spring-summer scent. And even when I say spring, I mean like warmer spring days. Another live stream, marvellous, says Barry Atrian. Welcome. Hello, Pat Lester. Scent of the day, Ter de Hermes EDP. Do you mean the parfum? Did you see Ramsey's video the other day? His live stream where he unboxed a 500ml Ter de Hermes. That was absolutely immense. Stop it, Bob, you're making me blush, says Phil. Does Tom Ford Noir Extreme last on you? Find it to be a soft perfume on me? Yes, it does last on me. I don't know how old my bottle is. It was 6 or 7 years old. And later they released... The original Iris Gris was by Jacques Fath, and later they released Irisim by Jacques Fath. That's interesting. Jacques Fath's a house I have never got into, which is a shame. I think Eugene's fragrance is a fantastic value. Filippo says, Rich, a naive question from a newbie like me. 3 motivations to spend a ton of money on Fahrenheit Absolute. Oy. It depends how much you say a ton of money. How much is a ton of money? The performance is brilliant. It smells more similar to the original than the actual original smells to the original, if that makes sense. So the modern release, so this is a vintage. It's from 1996, right? Still the original formulation. I've actually got an older one from 1989 lurking within the bowels of my fucking drawer here. It smells more similar than the current EDT. It's very strong. And the myrrh in this makes it smell dark and sexy. It makes it smell... Robes Away called it the devil's juice. And like, this smells like what the devil would wear. You know? If you were to ever meet the devil in real life, this is like kind of what it's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit incensey. It's dark. It's strong. It's interesting. It's deep. I wouldn't spend too much money on it though. I've got a couple of bottles and I'm glad I've got them before the prices went really silly. But it is fantastic. I really love it. I might wear that tomorrow. I keep going to reach for it. Yeah. I bet Marley forms truly are new and improved. Powder power Rich. You have the unfinished jam. Certainly not. I have something that is closer to the original. Yeah, Mitch Stream says DJ, welcome. Hello, Fernando. Chaos and Disorder down here in Brazil. Yeah, watch out. That shit is, I've seen that on the news. That's no good. People are storming the, what do you call it there? We can't have that. We don't like that. Just because you don't get the result you like doesn't mean that you should start fucking pulling shit like that. Straight out of another authoritarian's fucking playbook, isn't it? Oh. I heard Les and Dimmadabla have some approvals or some process via Switzerland. Maybe the reason for the price, but damn, it's expensive. I wouldn't have got the full collection if not. Well, I've got 6. I think the colognes are really good. I think the colognes are really good value as well. You know, if you take into account how much cheaper they are than the EDPs, and you take into account the size, they're about 1/4 the price. They're about 1/4 the price of the... Oh God, they're about 1/4 the price of the EDPs, you know, because they're twice the size and then they're cheaper, you know. So it works out about maybe a third. Between 1/4 and a third, I beg your pardon. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I want to get a cologne from Les and Dimmadabla. Which one should I get? A Scallon Haiti or a Scallon Indonesian? Which one smells better and lasts more? For me, I prefer a Scallon Haiti. I think it's absolutely stunning. That vetiver is glorious. Absolutely glorious. I know a lot of other people prefer the Scallon Indonesian, though, because of the ambergris. I beg your pardon, I'm yawning. I would definitely have paid $320 plus for LDE. I'm wearing more than any Amouage, Spirit of Dubai, Boltnikov, all my pricey guitars. There you go. See, I think he could have charged more. But whether he should have or not is, and I said something I said to him at the time. I was like, look, I'm not really sure I can help you with this. Like, we talked and we did everything. Like, you know what the critics would have said? I mean, and he had critics as well saying he shouldn't be charging 240. I mean, they're people who haven't smelled it. You know, there are people out there who said he shouldn't be charging $240. Almost certainly guarantee they haven't smelled the juice. Compared to other perfumes at that price point, you know what I mean? Think of it in the context of the wider thing, but a lot of people were like, well, he's a YouTuber, it's a YouTuber fragrance, which is harsh, because most YouTuber fragrances are like pulled off the shelf. Most YouTuber fragrances aren't made bespoke. His was. You know what I mean? He made those fragrances. He didn't like get in touch with like fucking Armaf or one of these other houses and they were like, oh yeah, we've got a perfume for you. Feature it on your channel and see how many bottles you can sell. You know? That's not how it was. He had to come up with everything. Him and Antoine. And they did. Fellas, can I get you guys' opinion on Stefan Humbert Lucas's stuff? God of Fire is naff, yes, but I don't know that Solid de Jada is actually really nice. I've never smelled them, but they are featured very heavily on Ramtin Vedati's channel. I think he has a line. I think he's like friends with Stefan Humbert Luca, you know. So I haven't smelled them, but I think they're a YouTube brand quite a lot as well, you know. I just asked Ram, but is anyone familiar with modern Ralph Lauren Safari, both men and women? Are they any good? I don't know about the modern one, but I've got a few bottles of the vintage and I love it. Yes, price increases across the board, says DJ. Shit, I'm behind, aren't I? All the Tour de Hermes is pretty heavy for the summer, says Paroli. Ooh, I can't remember how. I can't say that I know how old my bottle is. I mean, I've had it for years, you know. I've had it for years, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's an older formulation. I don't know what the modern one's like either. I haven't smelled it in the shop. You would think that they wouldn't even bother to reformulate it because, I mean, it's like it's highly synthetic anyway. Like it's like I can't imagine. I mean, it's mostly ISOE Super, you know. It's just one of those. It's one of those Jean-Claude Eleanor specials where it's just ISOE Super with a flick of orange and a flick of Flint, you know, and just like tiny little flecks. It's like if it was a painting, he would have got a canvas, right, and just covered the canvas top to bottom, roller. He would have just got a roller and covered it in ISOE Super and just painted the whole canvas with ISOE Super, and then just got a brush, dipped it into the orange, and just flicked it on the canvas, and then dipped another brush into some fucking whatever the Flint note is, and just flicked it on the canvas and just went art. And the motherfucker, he makes it work. You know what I mean? Like, other perfumers try to do that and it fails miserably. You know? Jean-Claude Leonard does it and he's fucking genius. That's why he's a perfumer and I'm a duck. Do you know what I mean? I just saw that huge bottle in the thumbnail and thought it was fake. It is not fake. I asked him today, texted him today, I was like, how are you going to spray that? And he's like, it's not easy. Dior Privé 250 went from €315 to 380 in a year. Oh, God, that is paying that. It's much more than 10%. How do you even spray it behind your ears? Which one? The 500ml? I don't know if you have to. I wouldn't like to put that too near my head in case I lost control of it and it fell on us. Dev, I only own one Panther Iris, love it. Jacques Fathlom is fantastic, says Vic. Yes, it was double M7 for me, actually. M7 aftershave splash after a shave, and then the more recent formula EDT. I've got a bottle of the Oud Absolute version. It's fantastic. Always said YSL usually do really good reformulations. YSL, for me, have always been good at reformulation. But I'm not so sure recently, though. You know, Koros is damaged, but then it's just, I don't know whether they've reformulated that because they needed to get rid of some of the chemicals in it, or whether they've reformulated that to try and keep it up with modern times. I can see Koros getting discontinued sometime in the next 5 to 10 years. It's already been discontinued in America. Yeah, I can see Koros going the distance, if I'm being perfectly honest. Tiny quatrefoils, that would be amazing. I agree, fill up like a pajama pan. Milton Floyd Fahrenheit clone. Cost only $10 US and is the best dupe of the OG Fahrenheit, says Vic. Bolsonaro is in Florida, I believe. Yeah, he is. He's with his mate. He was a fucking insurrectionist as well. That thing looked like 175 million of liquor. You should have had a handle on the side. Yeah, 175 mil. Not million, yes, that's right. Waiting for the new Les and Demodable to come up before I decide on what I want. I'll be hopefully, I'm going to get a sampler that I really want to smell it, you know. The last time they released something, Ambra Supreme, it doesn't help that they're both AS. When they released Ambra Supreme, they actually sent out a little vial of the ambergris and a 7ml sample of the Ambra Supreme. And I mean, I didn't ask for it. I just received it. I know quite a few people did. And when I smelled that, I was like, oof. And I wanted it. So I'm hoping something similar happens this time. I think it's if you'd bought more than one bottle of that perfume before they sent one out to people. Sending samples out is fine, you know, like free samples for review or free samples, like, and then fucking we'll see how much the influencers like the perfume, you know. Send out 5 mils to people, to everybody. Not even 5 mils, 4, 3. Send out samples to people, to the influencers. Then they can talk about it if they want to, you know. And then we'll see how many of them end up with a bottle on their shelves. I bought a bottle of Ambra Supreme because it's fucking brilliant. I didn't want to be without it. Drawn by Senses, Rich could have stormed Frederick Marley HQ because of Uncut Gem. Shocking release. Absolutely woeful. Pat Lester says, hey Rich, I'm going to sample Eris Parfums. I know you regard MXXX as one of your favour of 2022, but what others are worth a sample? All of them. Just get all of them. I liked Green Spell, or Green Smell as I like to call it. I thought Green Spell was good. I thought that there was another one I actually quite liked. MX is quite good. You know? MX is quite good. I actually, when I first smelled them all, I thought MX was nicer than MXXX. It's just after a while, MX's performance isn't great, like, you know, it's not ideal. Oof. Wow, I'm thirsty. I shouldn't talk so much. Oh my god. Oh. What time is it? Nearly 9 o'clock. can't believe I've been on for nearly an hour. Doesn't time fly when you're in good company? If you are minded to do so, if you are willing to do so, a like on the stream would apparently help. So I am told. Apparently liking streams is valuable currency. So if that's your thing, or if you'd rather wait until the end, or if you would rather not, that's quite all right. I don't like asking. I feel like an imposter. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I'm sick of hearing it. I still watch a lot of videos, you know what I mean? And it's like, the first thing you fucking hear is like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell. And it's like, oh, shut up. I'm already fucking, like, watching the fucking video. Do you know, I was looking at my analytics, and I never look at my analytics, right? But I looked at them because I was feeling introspective. And 75 to 78% of my audience are returning viewers. Right? And I have heard many a time from people who create content that one of the biggest problems they've got is people watching their content but not being subscribed. And I just think I think that the fact that I've got loads of returning viewers is mint. You know what I mean? I think that's absolutely class. I would much rather it be that way. I was talking to Peter today. And he was like, your videos are doing about as well as my videos. He was like, I've got 44,000 subscribers and you've got 1,500. I have this theory that a lot of YouTube is to do with like momentum. You know, like you see a lot of the channels. I mean, because I was talking about like Red Lessons. Red Lessons has got like the best part of 300,000 or 200,000 subscribers. Gets like 800 views on a video. 1,200, 1,600 views. It's yikes. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather be in the position I'm in. Jesus, I'd rather have like 1,500, I'd rather have 500 subscribers and everybody watched it than fucking 45,000 and fucking 500 people watching. Sorry, I have completely disregarded the chat here. I need to fucking sort it out. Dev, you're not getting any suede off that sheet of metal. The new collection of SHL is trash. Stefan Humboldt Luca, the old line has some decent stuff. I've never tried any of them. I've never tried any of those Argos fragrances. You know that bloke who was doing the rounds about 2 years ago? He was getting interviewed by loads of people on YouTube and he was like sending out free bottles to loads of people. I think that's a surefire way to turn me off a perfume, that. You know what I mean? It's just not what I want, you know? It's not what I'm after. LDE is a masterpiece to me, and I'm another one that would gladly pay more for. He could easily charge fucking, maybe not twice as much, but he could easily charge like another $100, like, easily. But I know that he didn't want to. He wanted to make it accessible. Fahrenheit, a horny devil with a tail, says Phil Stevens. Sorry, friends. The batch code for my Fahrenheit Absolute is 2N01 and my Fahrenheit is 5P. So your Fahrenheit, Enrique, is from 1995 and your Fahrenheit Absolute is from 2012. I don't know, it's just scratchy metal, not the Sauvage metal, but it's metal, Bob. Dev, Blade Runner, Spray, Ganny. and Salade and B60. Do you know, I thought fair play to Marc-Antoine Barrois for trying to do something different and create his own kind of DNA. You know, like the Mugler DNA, the fucking Guerlainard, the Chanel DNA with the rose and the jasmine in the middle. Fair play to him for trying to create his own thing, but I do not like metallic notes. I would encourage you to smell them yourselves. I got the sample set, and I thought they weren't for me, but I was impressed with the fact that they didn't smell like everything else in the store. You know, I respected them. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. That is some lovely water. Lol, funny you speak about ISOE. Fucking Dior Homme is loaded with a point of nose blind instantly for quite a while. The new Dior Homme. You mean the one from the Dior Homme 2020? It's fucking vile. It's rubbish. It's a rubbish perfume. Ashton said he came round to it. Fair play. I didn't. I just hated it. Dior Homme 2020 smelled like 2020. It was a bad perfume for a bad year. You know? Some 2020 up in a perfume. Dior Homme 2020. Shite. The prices are getting ridiculous. The pricing were out. That's what they're doing. The pricing were out. You know? Rich Patchouli Imperial or Gucci Guilty Absolute? Oy. Fortunately, I don't have to choose, Bob, because I've got both. But thanks for asking. When will the new Les Indomptables be coming out? It's this year, apparently in the next 3 months. March or April, apparently. I think. Pradeep says Persolaise gets samples. He doesn't. He gets free bottles. The thing with Persolaise is that he's like he retains the respect of his viewership because he's not being a salesman. You know, I still respect Persolaise. I watch Persolaise. Samples, they ain't. They're free bottles. He gets sent free bottles, I believe. You know. It's amazing to think about 20 years from now and some kids will be hunting early 2020 tur batches. And it's not asking, it's reminding, says Rachel. Anybody try Bois de Oud by Paris Monte Carlo? No. Well, somebody has, but not me. Debbie never asks to like or subscribe, but she doesn't need to. But she just shows her butt. Duck streams are like talking to a mate at the pub. Thank you, DJ. Imagine how much it would increase if you were to show your face. Oh no, it would kill the channel. It's become a thing now. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to have an idea of what I look like. You know, to actually see us in the flesh would probably put people off. Like, I like having my anonymity as well. What if somebody I know found the chat? That's why I do it. I like to have my anonymity. It's not that I'm ashamed of how I look. I've never had a Facebook. I've never had Instagram. I don't do social media. I just don't understand it. In that, I don't know why you would want to put your entire life out there for everybody else to go up at. I don't get it. I've never understood it. Like, MySpace never had that. Bebo, remember that? Jesus. Never had one of them. Never had anything like that. Right? My internet footprint is almost negligible. YouTube, that's it. And I don't show my face. Facebook, nothing is free. If something is free, you are the product. That's the saying. If something is free, you are the product. You know? You are being charged always for everything. Like you say, nothing is free. But if something is given to you for nothing, you're paying for it somehow. And with Facebook, it's with your data. You're being harvested, you know. Closest thing to the Matrix we've got. How much would it be? DJ Duck is a living legend. Cheers, Dushan. Increase. Demi could do Ganymede, yeah. Not long before the duck beats Jeremy in views. That'll be a long time before that happens. Motherfucker gets more views on his certain videos than I've got on my entire channel. I'm not. Views aren't really a currency for me. Don't get us wrong. There are certain things, like I did that Arise Dore sample set. The second video, nobody watched it. Got like 120 views. But I'm glad I did it because I had to finish off the thing, and then I got COVID. I was going to do the fucking. I was going to do the. I was going to do the testing on skin and stuff like that, but then I got the lurgy, so I didn't bother. I'll do it when my sense of smell comes back properly. Not long. Amawaj has made another Ganymede Bois Imperial girl. Ganymede extract is coming up. Oh my god, Ganymede is apparently one of the most popular niche fragrances there is now. Did you know that? It is extremely popular. Extremely. Hand over fist it moves. It's not for me, but that's where people are at the minute. They want something that doesn't smell like something that occurs in nature. Extra natural, we could call it. Supernatural. No, not supernatural. That's ghost, isn't it? It doesn't smell like a ghost. Unless it smells like ectoplasm absolute, you know. So proud she's going to tap the extra behind each other. I usually hate metallic notes, but I really enjoy Ganymede. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of people think that. I respect it. I don't like it because I don't like metallic notes, but I do actually respect it for what they're trying to do. Like, fair play to them, like. Just had a look at my Mars, and the pole is an A38, but the cap is heavily embossed, bought in 2018. A38, let's go to check fresh. Let's have a look. Where are you, Frederick? A38 is 2018. You bought a brand new bottle in 2018. So there you have it. Heavily embossed. That means it's heavily embossed, and 2018, it's an Estee Lauder version. Durham 2020 smells like anxiety. Yes, that's right. Hello, my fragrance family, says Michael Harness. Welcome to you, sir. Happiest of Sundays to you all. Not choose, Rich. Which you like better? Which perfumes was it? Which do I like better between Patchouli Imperial and Gucci Guilty Absolute? Oh, God. Oh, leave it with us for a minute. I'll have a think. Remind us if I forget. Ganymede gets noticed despite being light on the sprays. I imagine that fragrance is incredibly powerful on skin. I bet that pushes like the fuck. I bet that pushes like a rocket. Dear me. You can just tell by the way it smells that it's gonna be like it's gonna have heavy hands. You know what I mean? Just a light tap of that stuff will go for miles. Michael Harness with some weird emojis there. Welcome. He goes bottles of samples, duck. That was the joke. Oh. Oh. I didn't know that he did that. You should get a Facebook, but not with your real face. So many steals. Yes, I've heard this. It would be a great way to sell off a lot of perfumes as well. But I value my privacy. I value my anonymity quite a lot. The fact that I've used my real name or like shortened versions of my real name on my channel is like a massive step. But I didn't want it to be one of those cheesy. I didn't want it to be one of those cheesy like gimmick names where it was like, well, I'm not going to choose one, but like I wanted it to be like something more about me than about like the perfumes. Do you know what I mean? People who do that don't have fucking personalities most of the time. Then again, people who use their own name want to be famous, don't they? School of Scent says that he buys fucking subscribers and he buys views. Jesus. Testicle Talk Scent. Are you saying I look like a bollock? Duck will get paparazzi outside if faces revealed will be all over books. That's right. I like the anonymous duck vibe. Kind of like the Wizard of Oz says, Mike. Yes. Yes, that's right. Like a fever dream. You know? Good point, says Lego East. How many times have you smelled a fragrance on someone that smells great, but they don't look great? Kind of puts you off the fragrance. Steady, I don't look bad. I just don't look fucking... I just don't want people to recognise us. Like, I like the idea that I can sit here with no clothes on as well and just tell you, you don't know what I'm wearing back here. You know what I mean? I could be wearing fucking anything. You never know. I could just be like a voice, a head in a jar. You know? You remember them Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And the bad guy had like the brain in like the midsection. It could be me. Mind you, I've got a big midsection, so... Dev says, God, I'm fucking knackered. Good night, lads. Mitch, good night, Dev. Have a nice sleep. I slept for 10 hours last night. It was fucking immense. Sauvage Elixir has some similarities to Ganymede on some people. I can see that. I can actually see that. Antonio says, Ganymede is C3PO signature scent. People will be naming their children Ganymede. Oh, don't, because you know what it is. Some people will do that. Is Blade Runner 2049 worth watching? No idea, man. No idea. Never watched the first one. I've seen the ending, though. Should have been called Testicle Talk Scent. Channel name RM smells good. There's a scent I want, but being put off. Mitch is wearing the granny boxers. Wife beater, says DJ, the feathered perfumer. And socks. I have got my socks on, actually. Rachel says, I definitely don't want to be famous. That's my idea of hell, but I'd like to be semi-well-known and respected among a group of people I respect. That's why I use my real name. I like the idea that certain people, I've said this before to you, is like, I'm quite happy with the little group that we've got, like, you know what I mean? It's a nice place. Like, I missed you when I wasn't streaming or making videos. You know? That's why I posted a video saying I had it. You know? Because I just wanted you to know that I hadn't fucking bailed, like. Posted a couple of times. Did that stream. I think it was last Sunday, and I shouldn't have done that stream. Looking back on it, I wasn't well enough to do a stream. I was fucking all over the shop. It wasn't ideal, but I was just fucking fed up of not streaming or not doing any videos or anything like that. Oh! Excuse me whilst I hydrate. And I use one of these cough drops. I hope this doesn't make us sound slovenly. She's so slovenly. Sloppy mouth. Not sure if this came up before. You came up in conversation on it today on Chiang Mai Beach in Trang, Vietnam. Oh, who with? Somebody come up to you and say, wow, are you that Lego East who goes on your Rich Mitch's channel? DJ says, naming the children after things you can't afford. Mercedes, Ruby, Diamond, and Diaghilev. No one can top that. Sean the Android Chicken OG. Who is that? Anna de Armas. Let's have a look. Cuban Spanish. Oh, she's fine, like, isn't she? 34. I like that British Lily James. Lily James is quite a naughty girl, apparently. We missed you. Friendship matters. Yes, that's right, Rachel. James says, Duck, your channel is my favourite corner of the community. Thank you. Richie, you have not seen Blade Runner with Harrison Ford? My God, unique bird. No, I haven't, actually. Pradeep, you are so right, says Antonio. Anna de Armas Few. I always liked Eva Green. You know, the girl Vespa Lind from Casino Royale. Yeah, I'm looking up Anna too. This is mutual support system we have here, Rich. Yes, it does feel a bit like that, actually, doesn't it? You know, everybody in the chat knows each other, even the lurkers. The people who don't chat, the people who just have it on in the background and listen. You know, fair play to them. Fair play to them as well. I appreciate them turning up. You know, imagine if it was just like, I went live one day and just none of the people who chat turned up. It was just the people who don't chat that turned up, and everyone was just silent. You know, I was just sitting here talking, not into the void, but, you know, talking to people who weren't, weren't like commenters. Fair play to you. Hope people don't have an Henri Jacques face for fragrance. Ludicrous. Ludicrous. Best name I heard here being shouted in vain. Tequila. Ava Green. Frenchie, says Pradeep. Yes, she is. To play devil's advocate, says Fosco. Ganymede. What are some leathers that smell natural? By the way, hello, Rich and chat, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Good evening, Keith. Is Phoebe Waller-Bridge respected there? Kind of irritating. I don't know who Phoebe Waller-Bridge is, personally. I'm not big on pop culture, honestly. Legoe says, no, my son asked as he has just finished playing Red Dead Redemption. It was the guy who has a scent memory connected to it. Me. That's me. That's right. Arthur Morgan. Smells like Lone Star Memories. What a game and what a fragrance. Forever linked in my mind. The big time gambler's girlfriend in Casino Royale is the best in any Bond movie. I know who you mean. The one who poisons him with Digitalis. I still prefer Eva Green. Goodness me. You all have given me inspiration to organise my frag collection a bit. I'll still be listening. No problem, Rachel. Listen in. Has anyone tried Henri Jacques? What is your opinion and favourite? I've tried some, but they were just... I wasn't really paying attention because it's like, there's no point. I would never buy any. You know? I would never buy any. I don't want to pay for them. I just out of spite, I don't want to pay for them. I think it's lunacy. Sorry, I know I'm making mouth noises. I've got a cough sweet. Excuse me. Just got some Italian Delicia and Belgian Godiva chocolate. Nice. Rachel, you have so many fragrances I've never heard of. I love it. Yeah, it's always nice to hear of fragrances you never heard of. That's exciting. That's why fragrances, when you first get into them, are really exciting. There's so much to explore. You know, there's so much. Then you start to build your prejudices up, you know. Then you start to like think, well, I know what that's going to smell like before I even smell it, because it's been compared to something else. And I know what that smells like, and I know what the house is known for, and I know the way that they do something. That nobody surprises you anymore. You know, it's one of the problems with fragrances now. I just don't get surprised. Nothing would make us happier than if, like, fucking Jean-Paul Gaultier released, like, something else other than, like, Le Male or Scandal or something that's just going to be, like, really, really, like, dialed in. Ah, Eugene, we have been talking about you heavily. Sorry, I'm going to chew this cough sweep. Give us a second. Can you hear that? Is that as loud as I think it is? DJ says, I've tried. I have tried. What they're called? Henri Jacques. Michael. They are nice, but incredibly overpriced as you're paying for a lot for exclusivity. That's it. You know? Ah, Peter is here. We've been talking about you as well. DJ says, I don't have a single tower. I should change that, to be honest. I've got 5. I nearly had 6, but I'm going to be honest. Incense Extreme was just too much. Too much. Not price-wise, just like, oof. I prefer raw smell of leathers. I don't care for Hermes refined but realistic handbags. I like Quaker gun holster or saddle leather. Yeah. No leathers. Well, I mean, leather doesn't have a smell, does it? It's all like imparted to the leather, isn't it? So leather's been based on the scent of scented leather gloves since time immemorial. Birch, spices, various different materials, you know. But I like IBQ leathers. I like 80s leathers, you know, salty leathers, a little bit green, you know, different leathers from what we get today. I like an 80s leather. Derby, Antace, you know, that kind of thing. Very common. I'm definitely a consumer. I'm definitely a punter. I don't want to be an expert. I'm not putting myself up as an expert. What I'm saying is I know what I like. I like talking about what I like. Yeah. Kneza 10. Kneza 10's an awesome leather. I might wear opium tomorrow. Opium is my... This is the one. I got a compliment on this. Honest to God. It's one of the only perfumes I ever got. It was from 2 old women, like. But the Secret de Parfum. I haven't worn this year. I shall have to change that. It was about this time last year I started going to the auction house, actually. Rich Mitch won't pay for a fragrance out of spite. That's right. Gallop is good, says Bob. Eugene is here. Birds of a feather. Oh yeah, there's so much out there. Vintage, niche, etc. So many. There's so many different facets. Everybody can enjoy. Peter says good evening. 2 hours in and finally a mod, says Bob. Gucci can take the world by storm if they bring back Gucci Pour Homme, Envy and Rush. They didn't sell the first time round. And we can get stuck in a bubble in this community, you know? Peter, you're not getting a mod. You took mine off me on your channel in a fit of pique. People don't know about you and your evil temper. Such beatings I've had to endure off Peter, off camera. He's very strict, disciplinarian. Peter, you never had a wrench on this channel anyway. I don't want wrench inflation. Go on some channels and every fucker's got a wrench. Maybe I will give you a wrench. I feel hurt, says Peter. Well, there we'll have it. Maybe I will. One day. I am bleeding inside. That's your fucking diet, That's all them strawberry laces and the iron brew, that sunshine. That's why you're bleeding inside. Dear Barbara. New lady boot leather is nice, says Bob. Yes, Bob, if there's a lady's foot in the boot. Well, that's quite revealing, Phil. You basically like queer rather than leather, says Pradeep. I mean, are these things not the same? I mean, is it not the same thing? Iron brew. Bah, it's rank. My husband works in the hide, skin and leather biz. He's only found a handful realistic. Which ones? I'd be a Modric, but you won't gift me a spanner, correct? Prada gals are out of my pay grade, Phil. More like hiking boot leather for me, says Bob. Isantonos. I don't know what that means, Phil. Yeah, lady boot leather. Now there's a certain level where that's just heavenly, says Lego East. Greetings, Alan Hansen. And as well to all the sane out there, if you can find any. Duck, I hope you'll be able to smell your own farts again at 100%. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. That has gone out the window as well. Can't smell my own brew, frankly. If you want the truth. Iron brew. Did the duck harass you during his perfume creation? Called it shite, etc., says Pradeep. He still owes me a check, says Peter. What's the benefit of the wrench, says Michael? You get to like block people, you get to, and thank God, I've used that many times to block a few bad people for everybody's benefit. You get to visit other people's channels, so if I click on your profile picture, I can go to your channel and see your picture. And you get to have your name in blue with a little tool next to it, which is the best part, really. I am guessing it includes a bag of bottles, says Pradeep. Have you blocked Miami Cuddles, Richard? Who, me? No. Whatever do you mean? My hubby finds vintage Chanel, vintage Hermes, Naomi Goods, and a couple more that I can't remember now authentic. I'll ask him. Dear Barbara, says Bob, you can hit people with the wrench, and I do. Have you blocked Miami Cuddles, Richard? This is outrageous that you even ask. How dare you, madam? Will you manifest to get noir de noir, Duck? I could manifest, but I'd actually rather do something that would help, like buy it, or search for it on the eBay. I'm not a spiritual or religious person. Maybe it would help, and I'd feel a lot happier if I did. I find that spiritualism, and maybe it will, Spiritualism helps, but I'm not that way inclined, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm too pragmatic, I think. Not that I'm saying people who are spiritual aren't pragmatic. I mean, some people are. Not pointing fingers. Where have I put my tablets? There they are. I need to get in touch with my doctor tomorrow. I don't know if I told you this, but I ran out of medication. I didn't realise until Saturday morning when the doctor's was closed. That was not ideal. Yesterday was a stressful day until about 3 o'clock. I was wounded. Upset I was. It only gives us 1 month's supply at a time. And it's like, why? Just give us 2 months. Oh. Excuse me whilst I hydrate and replenish said hydration. It's been a funny old weekend. Can't believe I've had a fucking Indians that I couldn't bloody taste. That was weird. Oh. There goes my medication. Too much responsibility, Barbara, says Michael. The little tool says it all. The perfume going to cost you a wrench. Habit Rouge and black leather, Jesus. Habit Rouge. Habit Rouge. Who named themselves Cuddles? Some freak. You know. Scent of the Day R by Pantheon Roma. I haven't heard of that. You tried anything from Robert Greco, Mitch? No, I haven't. MJ, Scent of the Day is New York Intense. Welcome, MJ. Excuse me. Ah, dear Barbara. Hello, AW. Do you know if the current formulation of Eau de Hermes is as good as the copper top? Blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I don't, but I would doubt it. Because the copper top is fantastic. I know Thomas is crazy for it. I actually have, right here, an absolute rascal. It's a little... What size are you? A little 25mm. A little 25mm pewter cap, vintage-ish. Eau de Hermes. Sensational. Little rascal that you are. Oh. Fiery, spicy orange. Like a hot orange. That's what it smells like. But I doubt it. The best person... I'll tell you, AW, I think Galen has still got the video of him and Thomas talking about Eau de Hermes. I think it's called Two Old Men Discuss Eau de Hermes for half an hour. It's a fabulous video. It's absolutely fantastic. So I've said something nice about Galen again, haven't I? I shall have to put an end to that. I'll have to put an end to Galen. Where is it? Oh, he's fucking deleted it, the shithouse. He's taken all these fucking videos down. He already... Turnip. What's he do that for? Little tinker. Eugene. Bully Galen, he won't listen to me. Sparkling ooh. I have sparkling hydration. I bet it's Iron Brew. It's either Iron Brew or Dr. Pepper. Foul. All seriousness, Pizza Boy Juro should be a 2-star wrench by now. No. I have Anouge. I have Jeremy Hines, even though he doesn't show anymore. Jeremy. And Eugene. Hey there, Eugene. I'm not quick on the draw today, trying to multitask for my first day of work tomorrow. Good luck, Alan. Lego East says MJ, the New York without intense is great too. I was not a huge fan. Not a huge fan at all. Paroli says I would go with the modern for the intact top notes. Isn't it too much cumin, says Paroli. I'm a firm believer in free religion. Whatever you choose or don't choose is your choice. Yes, I'm a firm believer in that as well. Because the opposite causes fucking war. You know what I mean? Thank you, I will check it out, says AW. Nothing ISH about the pewter cap, best version. Same as crystal cap flacon. Yeah, I've seen one of those before. It's beautiful. Expensive. Yeah, my hubby picks out a leather in the base of Habit Rouge right away, says that smells right whenever he smells it. Oh yes, finally sniff your intense from Galen's kindness. I like it. Eugene's old signature from last year. Yes, that's right. Turnip. It's soda water. I have a soda stream. That's right. My hubby can actually tan leather, do the whole old-fashioned process. It's amazing. He also regularly visits modern tanneries. Nice. New York Intense is definitely for Chanel Paul Monsieur lovers. Sonny, my friend from eBay who has lots of vintage perfumes stashed away and is letting them go on his eBay channel called Sonny Mitra 2. I think that's his eBay store. It's called Sonny Mitra. And if you go on his eBay, he has got a vintage 80s Paul Monsieur for sale. It's like 160 quid. Absolutely outrageous. Product says Patchouli Intense is a straight rip-off of Heritage. You know, I haven't worn Heritage. I need to wear Heritage. Does Sonny have Iris Silver Mist? He hasn't got any. Serge Duton, if he did, I would have had them by now, mate. I would have had them by now, mate. Is Eugene still here? I wanted to ask him if women can wear his next fragrance or if he recommends only for men. No, I think women could wear it. Nothing wrong with a well-made vintage frag as long as it's been stored correctly. They're out there, says Lego Weast. That is true, they are. DJ says, does Sonny have Iris Silver Mist? No, but if you do decide to buy anything off him, let us know and I'll give you his email. He knock 10% off. Because obviously eBay fees. You know what I mean? Galen has like 4 videos, all interviews, I believe. Yeah, it's absolutely scandalous. He's robbed us of that content. I used to like Galen's videos. He even took the video down where the Amber Eternal thing he did, which was a great video. Shat on us from a great height. I feel a little sad that I don't really get along with Serge Duton. I appreciate them, just don't like to wear them myself. Some of them are fucking straight up unwearable, like. Some of them are more smells than they are perfumes, you know? Like, there's some of them where you just smell them and you're like, what the hell is going on? I need to taste Patou Pour Homme to see if it's worth the legend status, says DJ. I've told you I'll send you a little bit. It will be a little bit, though. You'll get like a couple of sprays out of it, because that shit is worth a lot of money, mate. It's like a £5 per mil or something crazy. Like, it's even more. It's more like 7 quid a mil, because it's only a 90ml bottle. That drives us up the wall as well. Surely if you're going to make a 90ml bottle, you can make a 100ml bottle. For God's sake. Pull yourself together. Good question, Rachel. Are there any female bull riders? I think some could, but stuff is outrageous. It's intensely woody, says Eugene. Eugene has an intense woody. But I would imagine you could harness it perfectly. Why did Galen do that? Because he's a selfish man. He wanted to keep all these videos to himself. Also, it's smoky and green, right, Eugene? Says Bob. I'll message you later, says DJ. That was my jaw. I don't know if you heard that. Eugene, thank you. Sounds like one my hubby and I can share. Peter says, which MFK is that at the front? The glare of the light makes it a little hard to make out. Is it Satin Mood X-Ray? It is Oud Satin Mood X-Ray. Sold to me by the lovely Peter Kokorin, who sold it to me at a great price. This is so sweet. I like it. I do like it. I'll wear it sparingly, though. You know? 2 sprays of this and you're filling a room. You'd probably fill a fucking, like a lockup or something like that, you know? Polo Green says, Bob, excuse me, what was that? Oof. Legois says, Paroli, I totally agree with you. Not others who continue to generalise to put us all off by chance. I got a 200ml pewter cap out of Hermes for a steel, perfectly intact. I remember it. I gave my regular version to my sister, says Peter. Heard that pop, take care. That was my jaw. It is very strong, says Peter. You are very right. Saw someone selling sealed gum. Yours for $400, says DJ. Fucking keep it. I don't give a shit. Oh no, not the toilet sounds again. There is no toilet sounds. It was just my jaw going pop. You know? This is my lovely little 25ml pewter out of Hermes. It's that time of year where I'm starting to look forward to the change in the rotation. You know? Looking forward to looking into my, what's it called, spring and summer rotation. I mean, it's deepest January now. It's like the coldest part of the year, but that's generally when it tends to happen. Like, it's only like 7 weeks left until the rotation changes. I change on the 1st of March. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Good night, Tom Wilcox. I hope you sleep well and I hope you pull yourself around soon, mate. Plenty of vitamin D, D3, zinc, B1. B1's really good for you as well. Apparently, I take one of them a day. Cod liver oil, I just take that every day anyway, like. A friend of mine, not a fraghead, got me a contemporary bottle of Koros off the shelf for Christmas. It's still in the wrapping. Open or return? I've got a newer version, but I've got so many of the vintage that I just never wear it. Like, I would take it back personally. Get the money and spend it on something. Put it towards a vintage. If you want that kind of fragrance. Vintage Polo Green, scent of undesirables back in the day. An olfactory warning, says Legois. MJ Adamek, welcome to you. Hi Rich, hello. How different is your Rochas Femme square bottle to the other one? You mean the round bottle, the one that's shaped a bit like a woman? Let's have a look. How different is it? It's a lot more clovey. A lot more clovey. So there is a lot more eugenol. I'll go and get the other one. I'll have to have a smell. Give us a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go to the bathroom as well. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with a bottle of Femme Rocha. In the meantime, you can look at my bottle of Femme Rocha. Somebody's selling one of those on eBay at the minute in England. It's not a bad price either. I think it might be sunny actually. Well, I've just spent a while looking for it, and I cannot find it. Apologies, MJ. I cannot find it for love nor money. So, I can tell you what this one smells like. Sorry. And we can go from there. Where are we? The most important thing about Rocha's Ferme, the box has to say Marcel Rocha. That's the good stuff. I don't think mine says Marcel Rocha. It just says Rocha. I haven't got the box either, to be fair. I've got testers. It says Rocha Paris. It's a fucking tester. Naughty. Oh, lovely that though. Dry, dusty, resinous, oak moss, plum. Lovely. I always thought it had a little bit of a biscuity type of vibe to it as well. Rachel, I truly think that you will flip over number 3. It's going to be a number 1. It will chair the board. The Man Silver by Milton Lloyd is a good impression of vintage Koros, says Legoist. I have some love for vintage male frags, the green ones, but some are still too hard for me, but my husband likes them. Dutan, you are running low on 25, mate. Check your juice level. Rachel, we're speaking, but haven't kicked off yet. Cool, I'm just so happy for you, Eugene. Good people deserve success. Only 70, yes. Any Bogway lovers? Center of the day was Cologne Reloaded, says DJ. I don't know what that is. I love wafts, says DJ. Eugene kind of reminds me of Ted Lasso, says Rachel. Mem and Maya goodies. Eugene is the George Clooney of the fragrance community. That is not Eugene. That is Pep. Pep from the Sentinel is the George Clooney of the fragrance community. Genuinely looks a bit like George Clooney. Oh, this is fabulous. This is a tremendous ambery sheepra. Awesome. If you're still there, MJ Adamek, I will try and dig out my other bottles at some point soon. I couldn't find them. I've got too many bottles of perfume, mate. You know? I will try and sort something out for you on the next stream. I do apologise. There's an 80s, 90s looking Hermes Eau de Cologne 200ml tester on eBay for €100. Send me the link, Keith. I didn't know that Eugene's mom could sing like that, says Alan. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it. How similar is Marbate to original Koros? Not for me. Not for me. It's just not. If I'm being honest. You know? Nope. Manly sense has struck. I have a message. Let's have a look at you. Oh, it's €120. It has not got a cap. Where are you from? It's from Italy, and he does not ship to me. The bastard. I could ask him to ship to my friend Parfumo Dollaro. I'll tell you who like that. Do you remember Dimitri Sorcery of Scent? He's made a few videos and then gone quiet. I don't know why. Quite strange. The last video he did was an apology for something, wasn't it? I can't remember what. See, you see it at 120 instead of 100? Yes, I do. Too many bottles is an understatement. I've got 400 odd separate perfumes, right? But I've got at least 500, 550 bottles of perfume. At least. Like the backups I've got. So I need to thin the herd, I do. So I'm going to try and concentrate on thinning the herd rather than expanding the herd, thickening the herd this year. Mon numero 10. There is a vintage, well, I say a vintage bottle. There is a 100ml bottle of this for £100 in this style on eBay at the minute, and I'm tempted. I think it's 110 actually. I've said 100. It's 110. She offered it for 100. She offered it out for 100, and I offered 90, and she just declined it. She didn't even come back with like £100. She didn't even give us a second chance. But not to worry, friends. Not to worry. I've got a 30ml. Am I going to wear a lot of this? I might wear this tomorrow. You know, I may very well wear this tomorrow. Alan Hansen, Audrey Jane would be an amazing singer. I'm in love with her voice, says Dusan. I haven't seen Audrey Jane around for a while. I haven't spoken to her for a while. She's always busy though, you know what I mean? She'll be back at her job now, and she's very busy at her job. So Nick S says, Rich, you're better at having 50 true fragrance enthusiasts regularly watching your streams than 5,000 people who are only mildly interested. Totally agree. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. That is exactly how I feel. I am not someone who's trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I am saying what I think and more importantly, what I feel. All right? I'm not trying to pose as some sort of expert. I'm not telling people about fucking chemicals or fucking this, that, or the other. I am simply a punter. You know? I'm a customer. I'm a punter. I'm a consumer channel, if anything else. I am much more like you than I am like someone who, you know, like someone posing as like an expert. You know, I would never call myself an expert. I would never call myself as, set myself up as knowing something. When I say I think something's shite, it's because I think it is shite. Not because someone else has told us to say it's shite. And when I say something's good, I think it's good. That's why my reviewing process is to tell the notes, to then tell the notes that I get, and then say how I feel about the fragrance, just talk about it, you know? And my experience of that, I have interests within my interest, which are vintage perfumes, rare, discontinued, and certain versions of certain perfumes. Why I like them can be summed up very simply. It's because they're the ones I like. It's not that deep. Some people overthink. You know? Nick says, congrats on the vintage Mar Liberté, by the way. What a fucking perfume that is. Dear me. I think that's going to go in the spring and summer rotation because it's very delicate. It's very, I don't think it's heavy enough for my winter rotation. In fact, it is going to go in there. That's exactly where it's going to go, but I want to keep it upright. And thank you. It was a steal as well for what it is. That vintage Patou at about 140 quid shipped. I'm taking it slow with vintages. Select things I want, says DJ. Well, Sonny's got a couple of bottles of Patou pour on, and he wants about 600 quid for them. Or like, I think he's got at least one. Lily says, the sherbet has burned my palate off. Peter snorts that stuff. Are you going to make a live stream about your new perfume with Antoine this month, says Enrique? To Eugene? Not to me, to Eugene. Juby 25 is redundant for me as I have New York Intense and Phoebo. It's covered. However, Fate Woman backup bottle worthy. I need to smell that. Congrats on the vintage Mal Liberté, by the way. That stuff is absolutely fantastic. It really is fantastic, Nick. Thank you. Enrique, yes, tentatively scheduled for the February the 7th. Is that when you're going live with Antoine? I'll be watching that. I will be there in the comments with my wrench, keeping it civil. What's a good price on vintage Koros nowadays? Fuck, mate, honestly, perished the thought. I've got no idea. I'm just glad I've got all the Koros I'm ever going to need. And I'm not going back in, and God knows what the market's going to be like. Jesus. I've got one Charles of the Ritz. I've got a Charles of the Ritz aftershave, which I'm looking to sell. If anybody's into aftershaves in the UK and they want to buy a Charles of the Ritz Koros aftershave, let us know. I've got a couple of Parfums Core. I've got a couple of Sanofi. I've got a couple of Gucci's. In fact, I've got a few Gucci's, but I think they're 50 mils. The Gucci's are fantastic. I think I'll go with Juby 25 today. I haven't worn Jubilation 25 for a long time. I haven't worn New Harlem for a while yet either. I haven't worn hardly any Amen this year. Ethyl Maltol whipping my face. I laughed when he said that the other day. I do think in there Aaron Terrence Hughes has got a sense of humour, you know. I think he's just dry. Like he says, he's Asperger's, so he's gonna have like a different sense of humour to most people. My opinion massively changed about him when I found that out, you know. Just give him a little bit of room, a little bit of space. He's not being a dick for being a dick's sake, you know. A little bit different, a little bit not like other people, that's fine. I can deal with that. It's Asperger's, that's cool. The sherbet has burned off my palate. Oh no. Dear Lord, I would love a bottle of Mal Liberté this year, says Bob. There's a 50 ml available at the same place I bought mine from. What's a good price on vintage Koros? Perished the thought. My favourite floral note is Lily, says Dusan. Hello everybody, says Lils. I think it's too late for New Year's greetings, so this is the last one for all of yous. Happy New Year. Hey Lils. Hopefully this year you will create a fougere with Antoine. Love fougères, says Enrique. 500 euros, says Dushan. Hi Bob, thanks Nicky. Dushan, make your mind up, Audrey singing or Lily's florals. Alan says, Dushan, I said this yesterday somewhere, but I'll say it again here. My favourite Lily fragrance is Temple by Tiziana Terenzi. Do you know, I've just never been taken. Never been taken with Tiziana Terenzi. There's a candle brand that people keep talking about. Trudon? Is it Trudon? I want to try some of their candles. I was burning the candle Richie Jane, his wife got us for Christmas there earlier. It was fucking lovely. One would expect Charles of the Ritz Koros aftershave to still be strong. Massive. Massive it is. Huge. Huge. I've also got a Jean Patou Pour Homme aftershave as well. Rich, you have not worn Jubilation 25 in a while, correct? I know, Alan, I saw that comment on Ramsey's stream, says Dushan. Lily says, Lils, I beg your pardon, says the note of Lily is hard for me. Rich, what's wrong, Lils? I just bought Nuno Cerruti Pour Homme aftershave from Manouche, and that stuff is potent, says Nick. Those vintage aftershaves are strong stuff. The vintage aftershave I've got at Charles of the Ritz is nuclear. It's an aftershave. You get about 4 to 5 to maybe even 6 hours out of it. It's bonkers. I've got the Sport as well. The Koros Eau de Sport. Ooh. I just bought on. Wow, the dry down of this M7 is beautiful. It is. Myrrh, lovely myrrh, patchouli. Lego East says, Enrique, apologies everyone, skip this, Rich. My bait is a... Oh dear. My bait is a scented female's panties, Koros's urinal cake, and the W in the water closets. What's your favourite discontinued MFK, Rich? Jesus. I don't know. I've got this. I think this is discontinued, isn't it? Absolute Paula Soir. Absolute Paula Soir, I think. I like this. I might wear this tomorrow. Got a lot of choices for tomorrow, haven't I? You know, I could wear tobacco wood. Damn you, I shake my fists. Don't threaten me, please, Lils. Better than most EDT, says Nick. Yeah. Seriously, the only notes that come across as funeral to me are the ones coming from a wobbly organ. Have you got a wobbly organ, Alan Hansen? Wes has told us all. Vending machine panties in Tokyo. Jesus. That is a thing as well, isn't it? Proper grim. Dusan says, Nick, you are right. I have a Zaro Pour-On vintage aftershave. It's very good and strong. I actually have a bottle of vintage, the original formula of a Zaro Pour-On coming. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the day after. Richard, have you tried Overture Man? Never smelt it. No, I haven't. I have actually never smelt it. No, I haven't. I may have, actually. I've said that. I've said all of that, and I might have smelt it. That's discontinued, says DJ. It might be that one, then. Oud Cashmere Mood. MFK guys and girls come asking for the Oud Mood frag. Off to shower so I can spray my doobie talk loud, Rich, so I can audio. The vintage aftershave is really smooth, really nice addition to your collection, Duchamp, says Nick. And Manly Sensei's aftershaves can also be a way to wear winter. Aftershaves can also be a way to wear winter fragrances in the heat. Wobbly Oregon, aka erectile dysfunction, says Phil. Right, friends. Even though there are 43 of you, I must go. I'm tired and I want to lie down. I have done this stream setting up. I'm going to try and do my stream setting up now. I'm trying to get more active. I know that sounds like a silly thing to say, sitting down is more active, but it's more active than lying down. I need to do more stuff, so maybe I'll do a Jon Snow and take you out on a walk and stream, you know. We'll see. Alan Hansen says, I sampled Oud Cashmere Mood just yesterday. Meh. Ciao for now, and thanks Rich and everyone. Cheers, Alan. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for partaking in my streams, commenting, all of that good stuff. I will speak to you all. DJ, send us an email. I will speak to you all again very soon. Good night, everybody. Sleep well.